Right, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. How are we all? Hope we're all doing super well. It's Acid, me, and this video has been long awaited by some of you, and I apologise it's taken me this long to get this one out. I know I said I was doing this a while ago, but small things come up. I went away for the week, so I've not been able to record or upload or edit or anything for the past 7 days. As of today, today is Monday, but I'm back now, so I apologise in advance for not mentioning anything. But this video has been a bit of a ball ache for me to make because it's not really my style. You know, top 5, top 10 style videos are not really my thing. So if this seems a bit all over the place, I apologise. I will take in all feedback. I've not like researched how to do these videos, but I'm going to give it a crack anyway, and hopefully it turns out alright. Hopefully it's all good. And yeah, we can do some more of these. So this one is my personal top 5 favourite assault rifles in Warframe. These are based off of many things, but mainly it's how much I enjoy the weapon, how much damage it does, personal preference, things like that. And then at the very end I'm going to chuck in some honourable mentions, like some 3 or 4 more. I'm not going to spend hours talking about them because then it's not a top 5. But yeah, like I said, this is my first attempt, so cut me a little bit of slack, please. And I suppose without further ado, we can jump into this. Okay, so in at number 5, my 5th most favourite assault rifle. I mean, I don't really have favourites as such. Like, 1 minute I say I want to use a Supra, then I want to use a Soma, you know, so these can really be flip-flopped in any order. But in at number 5 anyways is the Soma Vandal, Barrow's assault rifle. It is a mastery rank 14 AR, so it's quite high up there, but it's very powerful. So, you know, some of you lower level mastery players might want to start working on some of those, you know, lower tier weapons just to grade up your mastery rank. But for those of you later game players, and those of you like me that have been playing this game for a while now, you should already have this weapon. Like I said, it is from Barrow, so you have to get it from him. There's no other way of getting it yet, that I believe. Yeah, this weapon's great. It's got 300 bullets in its magazine, which is more than enough. If your target doesn't die in 300 bullets, then you didn't watch my video on it. But yeah, no, everything will die. It's also got 1,600 bullets in its reserve, which is more than enough, and that's without running a carrier. I believe with a carrier you get, is it 1,800 or something like that? I can't remember. But yeah, ammo is never an issue with this. It's perfect for hunting munitions crit because it already has a high crit chance, really high fire rate. It has like a spool up fire rate, so it doesn't just do its max fire rate straight away. It takes a couple shots to like almost charge up, and then once it's there, your fire rate is good to go, and everything that you point this at will be dead. Definitely will be dead. So yeah, that's my number 5. I'm also going to chuck this in afterwards, just for those of you that are interested. If you haven't seen my build videos or anything like that, at the very end of all of these I'm going to chuck in what this weapon can perform against 155s. That's as high as I can get them in the simulacrum. But like I said, if you don't want to watch builds and whatever, this is what it can do with a build that I recommend. I will recommend the videos that I make on these weapons. Go and watch them if you want a detailed description of them. But the Soma Vandal, like we can see, doesn't have any issue shredding 155 heavy gunners. There's not a problem there, so go out and get it. It's very, very powerful. So, in at number 4 is the Baz Luhrmann, the Sentient Assault Rifle. It's a very unique weapon, I think. I was tempted to put this at number 5, but because I feel this weapon is a little bit better than the Supra, I put it there for reasons I'll get onto. So, this weapon is not acquirable at the moment, which is the main reason I was going to put it back a bit. This was only acquirable, the blueprint for this weapon was only acquirable from the Scarlet Spear event, which is over now. Obviously, it's been over for a little while. And if you didn't get this blueprint from that event, then there's no way, as of this video, to get it. So that's a shame. For those of you that missed out, you've missed out on a very, very powerful weapon. It is a Mastery Rank 11 assault rifle. And it has infinite ammo, in theory. It's got a 21 round magazine that recharges very quickly. By the way, it recharges much quicker than like the Foldman's AR charge. It's much better. If you shoot like it's 21 bullets, if you shoot 15, it will recharge them. If you fully empty the magazine, it shoots out like this pulse, and that pulse actually heals you. So this is my favourite weapon to use with Inaros, because obviously Inaros is a very tanky Warframe that only has health. And if you're running this, that pulse will heal you. I think it has 2 or 3 pulses every 0.4 seconds, I believe it says on the wiki anyway. And it's noticeable. When you're playing a big tank, it is very, very noticeable. Another cool feature about this is it has almost like mini explosive bullets, so you don't have to hit your target to do damage. It's almost like a baby Exceltra. You can shoot the floor if you're playing void missions, you're survivors and you're camping in a corridor. If you were to just aim at a doorway, you could just shoot the floor and you would be dealing damage to the enemies around it because of that mini explosion. I wouldn't recommend it. I would definitely recommend aiming, but if there are 3 enemies in a line, you're more than likely going to hit the one behind, which is great. It's a very, very powerful weapon. If you haven't got it yet, you're going to have to wait, unfortunately. That's the problem with this weapon. But if you did get it and you haven't had it built yet, I would 100% recommend it. It's very, very powerful. Again, this weapon against 155s, it does take a little bit longer. You will notice, but you can see when I shoot the enemies, if they're close enough, I'm dealing damage to the ones next to them, which is almost like mini crowd control, because this weapon's like, well, I think it's the explosive rounds. It procs heat, which obviously causes the enemies to wobble about. But yeah, you've got infinite ammo, so really, if you were to shoot a full mag at an enemy, you would jump around a corner and wait a couple of seconds, hop out again, finish them off. Very, very powerful weapon, 100% recommend it. Okay, so in at number 3 we have the Teleportal. This weapon, when I did my build video for it, surprised the absolute shit out of me. This also is one of the only weapons in this list to have a feature that none of the other ones do, and that's that Syndicate effect that this has. This is a Syndicate weapon that you can only get from the Arbiters of Hexus. It's Truth, and it's built into the weapon. You don't need a mod for that. So the Truth effect, for those of you that aren't aware, is all enemies within 25 meters of the player receive 1000 gas damage, and then the player that's using the weapon receives 25% of their max health. So another great weapon for Inaros. You fill up the Syndicate meter by just getting kills. I think it's Affinity. I think that's how it works. And then yeah, that proc. Obviously 25% of, say, Inaros' health is massive, considering he's all health. So yeah, that Truth effect is really one of the things that makes me pick this over the Bolt or Prime. It's got a very high crit chance, a very high crit damage. I believe it's I can't remember if I've got Hammer Shot and Vital Sense on here, but I believe it's 6.3 times multi with is it 60%? I can't remember without looking at it. But it's got a high crit chance, it's got a very high crit damage, it's got a high status chance, and then it's got that Truth effect, which is pretty perfect. It's what you want. It's got a 90 round magazine, which is more than enough. You don't need that really to kill an enemy, and it's not got a stupidly high fire rate to where you're getting annoyed at the fact you have to reload constantly. The reload's quick enough, you shouldn't have an issue with it. Yeah, this weapon is very, very, very powerful. It's also relatively cheap to get. You know, Syndicate weapons don't cost that much to get from like the trade chat and things like that, provided you're not running into the idiots. 25 platinum max on console, anyway, on PS4, and that's what it's going for. Yeah, relatively easy to get. Mastery rank 12, high crit damage, high status, very good damage, very, very strong weapon. And again, this weapon against 155 heavy gunners, you will see, easy peasy, doesn't have any trouble at all shredding these things. You're looking at 25 to 30 rounds per kill, which is nothing. So you can kill 3 heavy gunners, provided you get obviously your procs and all that, and RNG is on your side. Easy enough. This weapon doesn't struggle at all. And I quite like this weapon because, for those of you that don't know me, the slower firing, harder hitting weapons are definitely my thing. I much prefer these over the, you know, the less hitting, faster fire rate weapons. But yeah, it's a very, very powerful weapon. Again, 100% recommend all the weapons on this list. Alrighty, in at number 2 we have the Soma Prime. Now you knew this was going to be on the list, didn't matter where it was. The Soma Prime, 100% a solid weapon. Go and build it, go and use it, 100% recommend this. I've never really been a fan of the, well, I say that, I wasn't a fan of the Soma when people used to compare this to Tigris back in the day. And I mean back in the day. But over time, the older I get in the game or whatever, this weapon has definitely grown on me. It's a Mastery Rank 7 assault rifle which has a like charge up, or not charge, spool up time, so you'll start doing slower shots at first and then obviously it charges up over time. 200 round in the magazine, 800 rounds in the reserve without carrier. Very high crit chance. Very high fire rate. So this with hunting munitions is just deadly. You're pumping out so many bullets, proccing so much slash. It's just perfect. It's a very powerful weapon, and it's actually my most used assault rifle in the game, even though it's in at number 2. It's still incredibly powerful, and if somebody said we've got a new thing coming into the game and you need to use an assault rifle, I'm probably going to take the Soma first. It's reliable, it gets the job done, it's great on Spectres, it's great on Wukong. That high fire rate with his Celestial Twin is just asking for trouble. Yeah, very powerful and very solid and very reliable assault rifle, and in at Mastery Rank 7. That's relatively low in the scheme of things as such. That's, I think, the lowest MR required assault rifle on here, so is a bit of a ball ache to get. It's vaulted, I believe at the moment it's vaulted quite often, so if you can't get it you might get charged quite a bit on the market, but you know, is what it is. Definitely recommend it. And of course, in the test room, this isn't going to have any trouble at all. It just procs bleed, and you can stand there and laugh at the enemy whilst he watches his health bar just disappear instantly. It's phenomenal. It's really good. Yeah, very much recommend this weapon to anybody. It's good. High fire rate, high crit chance, high crit damage, high status chance. What more can you want for a weapon? Against Corrupted, not an issue. Powerful as shit. And in at number 1, my personal favourite assault rifle in the game, the Coover Carrack. Probably the second newest weapon because of the Baz movie. This weapon, I have a little bit of bias towards Carracks. The Carrack was actually the first assault rifle in Warframe I built, the base version of it. And then we have obviously the Coover Wraith, which is rather disappointing when you look at the Carrack. But this weapon, the Carrack, is solid. I love the Coover weapons in this game. They are incredibly powerful weapons. And the Coover Carrack doesn't disappoint at all. It's very powerful. It's a weapon that can sport corrosive still and viral. It can do them both, and to be honest with you, it does them both almost as well as each other. The corrosive damage on this weapon is really powerful, and then the virally slash build that we use on assault rifles is also very powerful. So yeah, it's a Mastery Rank 13 assault rifle, 60 round magazine, 540 in the reserve. So whenever I use this weapon, ammo isn't really an issue for me. Not that I've noticed. Yeah, picking up ammo and running out of ammo, I've never ever noticed it before. But I would 100% recommend a carrier or the weapon mods anyway for this, just because you could possibly run into ammo problems later on. Yeah, the one annoyance about this is it's a Coover weapon, so you have to do the liches and things like that, which some players like, some players don't like. I personally have to be in the mood to do them. I couldn't do a Coover a lich a day. They bore me, they get very tedious, but they are very rewarding. So, you know, you have to sort of balance you know, that out. Personally, I've gotten Toxin on mine, so I can run Corrosive and I can run Viral if I want to. I 100% recommend for your Coover weapons, if you're wanting, you know, the best element on them, I would 100% recommend getting Toxin on them, just because you can use Corrosive and you can use Viral. And yeah, that is that. So one thing I'm going to do for this weapon is, in the background right now you're seeing Corrosive against 155 Heavy Gunners, and then straight after this you're going to see this against 155 Heavy Gunners with Viral and Slash. But again, I said this before, links to, I'm going to try and link every weapon build for the video in order in the description if I can figure out how to do it. I don't think I've ever actually linked a fucking video before, but I'm going to try my best anyway. But yeah, with Corrosive, like you've seen then, no issue at all. And you'll see here with Viral, absolutely no issue at all again. I really do believe the Coover Carrack in general, the weapon, is very, very underrated. It's slept on. I bet a load of you watching this thought that the Carrack wouldn't be there. You're like, why the fuck has he put that there? That's why. It's phenomenal. I was going to say something else, but it's fucking good. It does it all. So yeah, that is that. And yeah, there you guys go. That is that. My top 5 favourite assault rifles in this game. I've got 4 honourable mentions for assault rifles that are very strong as well. Number 1, the Tenora. Very, very powerful weapon. Yeah, I'm not going to say much about them. I have build guides for all of these. Go and get it done if you haven't already. Number 2, the Quelor, the one you're seeing in the background. It may not produce the biggest numbers out of every assault rifle in the game, but it's got a very high fire rate. It's got a massive magazine capacity. It's got that secondary fire mode. Slept on weapon. Number 3, Baz Prime. It's my stealth weapon. Phenomenal. Very high fire rate, snappy reload, very high crit chance, great for hunting munitions. Don't sleep on it. And number 4, I'm a bit tempted on this one, but the Foaming. Now I know it's sort of the hybrid, so I didn't really know what to class that as. I was tempted to put it in the video, but I didn't in the end, just because it is a shotgun and an assault rifle. It's kind of both. So maybe we'll do something on those, the type of weapon, maybe hybrid build or something like that. I don't know how many of them there are in the game, but yeah, there are 4 honourable mentions. And as for that, that's the video. That's my top 5. So thanks for those of you, or to Aldre, you requested this ages ago, and I've kept you waiting. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments. Maybe you agree and disagree. You know, let me know your top 5 in the comment section. They're definitely open to your suggestions and ideas. These aren't statistically the best weapons in the game. You know, everyone's got a personal favourite. Some people like the Grakatel as a weapon, and I don't. You know, Warframe has thousands of weapons in it. Everyone's going to have a different favourite. But yeah, leave a like if you guys did enjoy that. Dislike if you didn't for whatever reason. If you are new around here and you haven't yet, please subscribe. We are trying to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. Link this to your friends. Let's get everybody involved. Let me know what your favourite things are in the comments section. Links to all my socials are in the description. It's been Acid. Hope you all have a good day.